There is a one question from audience, and I think you've answered it partially. I will also add, and then you can do that. So question is about what are the best practices in case of DR? What is the best way to restore everything into a same cluster name? Or do we have to create a temp cluster, restore to it, and then backup temp cluster, and then delete original, corrupt and recreate uh, with the original? So I understand like you're trying to kind of swap with a temporary location. That's kind
Mhm.
of question is all about. So in my view, I'll tell, and then Nandish you can add it. It depends on your DR strategy. If your DR strategy is across site, so what Nandish was mentioning is the best approach of kind of taking a backup and then keeping a backup closer to your DR site and then restoring from that to a kind of a cluster on the DR side. But if your DR strategy is to kind of you don't have enough to hold multiple sites and you want to restore back into the same, does Velero does support? You can restore into the same, and then Velero is intelligent while restoring to say that we want to overwrite your resources because sometimes your cluster is not fully corrupted. Maybe one namespace is corrupted and then everything is good and you can restore. It will not touch everything else, and then the namespace is corrupted. You can delete and then you can restore only that part, or you can even go and send override by all the resources in the cluster. So it depends on what strategy you take. Uh, uh, it's a site recovery strategy or you have a strategy to restore to the same cluster. The tool has a flexibility, but one of the thing I recommend, like you should do a DR test to kind of follow your methodology and make sure that you don't end up testing up then really the crisis and you never knew how it works the flow for you. Yeah. So then this you want to add anything?
No, I think you covered it the best. Just Velero gives you the flexibility of restoring the whole cluster, restoring a service, or restoring a namespace. And you also have the flexibility of restoring namespace A into namespace B. So you don't need to stand up a different cluster. You can all do within the same cluster as well.